Well, welcome everyone. Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us on this new 2016 year. So we are very excited to see what this new year will bring to all of us. Um, so this is our first meeting, January 2016. I want to welcome all of you. I'm pretty sure most of you have been to a virtual meeting, but we have some new people as well. So if you are on your computer, you can just unmute yourself whenever you're ready, or if you're on your phone, you can do the same thing. Um, so I'd like to welcome anyone that just joined in December. So I think, Jill, that would be you. So Jill, do
Yes.
you want to introduce yourself and share why you decided to join Paper Chaff?
Yeah, hi, I'm Jill Schlenker. I live in Connecticut, and I decided I've been kind of toying with the idea about joining for the last 2 months or so, but I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I just kind of wanted to make some extra income for our family and see what we could do, and I was really excited about the freezer meal workshops, so I kind of wanted that to be my primary focus.
Okay, awesome. And we have lots of consultants that just do freezer meal workshop or started out with freezer meal workshops and then, started doing shows and things like that. So we definitely have
Mm-hmm.
lots of people here that love freezer meal workshops. Um, okay, awesome. Um, so we're gonna start with our recognition as always. So in December, you guys were able to earn free new spring products. So there was 3 different levels of free spring products that you were able to earn. And level 1, which was $750 in sales that you had to submit. We had a couple people earn that. So we had Allison Hermanson, Andrea Walsh, Brianne Brown, Lisa Yeoman, Brenna Bennett. Is Brenna on? No. Karen Parham. Karen, yay! There she is. And Stephanie Hayes. Congratulations, Stephanie. Woohoo! And Adeline. Yay! Good job, ladies. I believe they're supposed to ship mid-February, I think. Don't quote me on that. And then we have level 2 achievers, which was $1,500 in sales. And we have Melissa Russell, Rebecca Wiesner, Joy Sims, Terry Strutton, and Troy. Yay! Troy, who just moved from Korea to the States. Amazing. And then our level 3 achievers are our Lori Betwill and Liz Webb. Congratulations with 3,000 plus in sales. Good job, guys. And you are able to earn more. So if you maybe didn't earn any in December, or you just joined, in January, we are earning more free new spring products. So basically, around mid-February, end of February, you're just going to receive the newest products, some of them for free, and they just show up. And that way you have them to show them to your customers right away. So you can earn some more in January by, again, submitting at least $750 in commissionable sales, and the value of the level 1 products, it says over $60, so could be something nice. And then the level 2 is $1,500 in sales, and it says for more spring products over $175 value, right? So set your goal now and think about which level you want to achieve in January. And everyone can do that. We just started with January 1st. We still have 30 days to earn these. And for this year, we are actually going to switch things up a little bit because, we always got to keep things fun and energizing. So our new incentives for 2016, from now until July, are as follows. Okay, so for anyone on our team that recruits 2 or more people, gets a special surprise in the mail if you're not local. Okay, could be cash, could be paper chef dollars, could be logo wear or products. So you never know. So you have to recruit at least 2 in any given month to receive that. And our top seller, for our consultants, will also get a surprise gift in the mail as well. And for this month, well, sorry, I'll get to that later. But yeah, so top seller, or if you recruit at least 2 people, you're gonna get a surprise gift in the mail from your director. Okay, and also we always encourage you all to set up 3-way interviews with your director if you have someone interested in the business. If it's someone that you maybe just think would be great at it, or someone that you talked about it and maybe planted some seeds and they're interested, and now you're like, oh, they're interested and they're gonna have questions and I don't know how to answer them. So you can set up 3-way calls, you can set up a Facebook group message. If you're local, we can, go for coffee, or if you're not local, we can set up like a Zoom meeting like this, and that way we can help you answer questions that you might not know or might just be kind of afraid to answer at first. And when you do that, you're going to get a $5 gift card. Random places, sometimes it's Starbucks, sometimes it's Target, sometimes it's Walmart. Just something fun for you to use and maybe, grab a coffee on us. And the most important thing is we want all of you to come to National Conference with us this year, which will be July 14th through the 16th in Chicago. So I want you all to circle those dates in your calendar. And you're going to be able to earn cash for conference, okay? And that's for every single one of you. Liz is showing it. She's got it circled and highlighted. Yeah, I already told my husband that's like my vacation without my children. But so July 14th through the 16th, and here's how you're going to earn cash for it. You earn $1 for every show that you submit each month. And that can be any show, could be cooking shows, catalog shows, fundraisers, $1 for every show. And you can double that when you submit at least 8 shows in 1 month, okay? So what does that mean? If you submit 7 shows in 1 month, I will give you $7. But when you submit 8 shows, it doubles, so you get 16, okay? And that could be lunch, right? One day. And you also get $5 cash for every recruit that joins your team once they qualify, once they do their 1250 in sales, okay? And every month you're going to get your dollars, and you're going to be able to keep track of them. And then once you come to conference, you will get a check from me with that amount. Make sense? Because we want you all to come to conference. I want to invest in you, and we want you to come and just experience it, because it'll be amazing. And who doesn't want a girl vacation, right? Okay. And I will be posting that so you guys can look over that again. For December, our top recruiters we always do consultants and we do directors. So we have no consultants this month that recruited. So we need to change that up for next month, right? And our top director is Liz with 1 recruit. So yay, congratulations. And our top seller, I just posted that too, is our consultant, Terry Strutton, with $2,251 in sales. And I actually asked, she's not able to be on, but I asked her to answer me some questions, and I posted those. So definitely read up on that, because it's very inspiring. And then our top seller for our directors is Liz again with $3,507. Congratulations. And Liz just moved too, so no excuses, right? And if you haven't watched the January meeting, the December meeting from last month, we are going to all be earning, starting today, trip points for our 2017 incentive trip. So all of you have a chance to earn a trip to the Bahamas or to Mexico, and every month we're going to announce who the top 5 people are that have trip points. Okay, and remember that basically if you do a consistent 6 to 8 shows a month, you are able to earn a trip with Pampered Chef. Okay, you don't have to sell $1 million. You don't have to recruit 50 people. Okay, just a consistent show schedule, whether it's freezer meals, whether it's virtual parties, or mix of cooking shows and freezer meal workshops. It's the consistency that will pay off. Okay, so you could do 6 shows a month, you could do 8 shows a month, and it'll definitely pay off and keep you on track for our trip. If you want to earn the trip and you want us to keep you in check, just let us know, and then we can walk you through and break down the points for you and tell you exactly how you can earn those. Okay, so January just started. So our January promotions are, what's our host special for January? Who knows and wants to share? You can just unmute yourself.
A free chopper if the show is submitted before the 15th, and double free product for shows over 650.
Yes, good, awesome. So who doesn't want a free chopper, right? And it's a good incentive for you to throw it out there too, saying, hey, New Year's resolution, I'm giving out 20 or 10 free food chopper, right? Okay, so what about our guests? What are our guests getting for free in January?
It's a variety of healthy cooking tools. I don't have it pulled up in front of me, but it's a bunch of, I know like the microwave cooker is one of them. I'm pulling it up right now. And so with the $75 purchase, they are getting, they can choose a pasta fork, a large micro cooker, the 3-way tongs, a bamboo spoon set, or the small micro cooker for free.
Awesome. Perfect. Yes. And people love the micro cookers, so that'll be a good deal. And if you have them, make sure you bring them to your show if you have any of those items. Okay, and just announced today, what is our recruiting promotion for January? Anyone seen it yet?
For new consultants, am I still on mute?
No, you're good. We can hear
you. They get an extra $100 in PC cash, but be sure to read the fine print because it's not, they don't get $100 when they sign up. They have to submit the $1,250 in their first 30 days. And so instead of getting $100 PC cash, they get $200 PC cash.
Perfect. Right? So basically they get $200 in paper chef dollars when they do $1,250 in their first 30 days, right? So anyone that has a big wish list of products, they could just give it a try and get whatever they want. And then if it's not for them, they can just basically stop, right? So keep that in mind as you're talking to people. Okay, so I'm going to give it up to Lori for our first topic.
Okay, so our first topic is bold goals, and my bold goal for the year is to be an advanced director before conference. So that's kind of what I'm working towards. And then, does anybody else? What is everybody else's goal?
Share your goal, whether it's small, big.
Yeah.
My goal, I would like to make director before I move in July.
That's a good one.
Awesome. Who else wants to share?
My goal is also to make advanced director by conference and senior director by the end of the year.
Good. Anyone have a new income goal they want to achieve this year? Certain amount of money you want to make?
$5,000 a month.
Okay, good. Who else is dreaming?
My goal's a little smaller than Troy's, but I would love a consistent like $2,000 to $3,000 a month.
Okay, and we don't care about the size of your goals. It could be 1 show a month. It could be $200 a month, whatever works for you. What about you, Brittany? Just gonna call you out all.
My goal is just to consistently have 2 shows a month and $500 income a month.
Okay, good, awesome. Who else? Adeline, what about you?
My goals is because my husband just got orders for moving, so it's to establish in a new place and get into some vendor events, so I can get my name out in a new location.
Okay, good. And you're in good hands because we've all just kind of been through that or will be going through it on our team. So that's kind of our specialty is moving and setting up a new place and so, right? Okay, what about you, Jill? You just started.
So mine is starting small, I suppose, but I would like to have one solid freezer meal workshop for January, 2 for February, 3 for March. I'm adding one for sure a month until June, and then from there having 6 a month. I would love if I could get 6 solid shows a month.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so definitely, if you maybe don't have a goal yet, definitely think about that because you always want to have a reason why you're doing this business and something maybe that might push you a little bit. So definitely dream and think about what this business could do for you and your family. Okay. All right, Lori.
All right. So, Liz, I'm going to interview Liz now. She made Fast Track Director, which was in 3 months, correct?
90
Made
days.
director in 90 days. And then, so she got a bonus of $500 and then she stayed green for another 90 days. So she just now got another $500 bonus.
Handy after the holidays.
Yeah. Right in time for moving and then right in time for after
Right,
the holidays.
exactly.
Just, yeah. And her pictures in consultant, what is it called?
Consultant news.
Consultant connection, consultant corner, consultant news. I'm like, I don't know how many there are. Anyways, my first question is, what goal did you originally set when you?
Originally, my goal was to get out of the house like 2 or 3 times a week or a month because at the time I was working with another direct sales company and it was going okay. But it was a predominantly online business. So I wanted to get out of the house really. And then when my launch party went well and then I had a friend join and I was like, you know what, maybe I could do this director thing. But when I joined, I already knew that in 3 months we were moving from Fort Drum, New York to Fort Riley, Kansas. So my original goal was like, maybe after we move, I will make director. And then a month went by and I joined a couple of the directorship program and it's called a PACE program. And they're both about building your business and, growing towards directorship. And in those, I decided that I wanted to make director like within 6 months. And so I started following the plan.
So where were you at when you made the decision that you wanted to become a director? And then you said 6 months. How long had you been in at that point?
Maybe a month.
Okay, so 30 days have already went by.
Yeah, 30 days have already went by.
In 6 months, I want to be a director.
Right.
Okay, all right. So go ahead.
And so then I started doing the programs and, being very intentional with talking to people, whether it be about, booking shows or, and then at those shows being very intentional about introducing myself and my business opportunity right away. first thing, because it does change how they watch your show. They start watching it as a, you know what, this doesn't seem that difficult, and trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. Maybe this is something that I could do. And so being intentional, I think, really changed that for me. And then I got to, through doing that, I ended up with, I think at that point I had 3 people on my team.
Was that at the 30-day mark?
That was at
Or is this later on?
That was like the 60-day mark.
60-day mark. You still think 6 months or 5 months from there?
Well,
maybe,
I had 3 people on my team. And so then I was like, you know what? I'm going to, and keep in mind, this was like 2 weeks before moving as well. I decided, I'm
going to do this.
I'm going to make this happen this month in the middle of a move. And so I did.
That's so awesome.
Somehow.
Somehow. Well, who held you accountable?
Claudia was a big driving force. But I know that Lori and Troy and I were all going for promotion the same month. We all made that decision kind of at the same time. And so Claudia put us in a group message together to get to know one another and encourage each other and share ideas and
help motivate.
Yeah, help motivate and share the struggles, because there are struggles. Yes. But we were there to, share new ideas, new ways to try and, hit that recruit, hit that sales goal. And honestly, that was the first time that I ever spoke to either of them. And I consider both of them dear friends now. So if you're looking, just partner up with somebody, because it does make a huge difference.
It's funny because I feel like I've met both of you in person and I've never met you in person. No. And it still blows my mind. I'm like, what? I know you so well.
I know.
But, so yeah, we had our group, and there was, that was awesome to help us all. So how did you stay focused on being motivated? I guess, some of it was the group. Was there anything else that helped you stay motivated? And you were also in the PACE program. So you're in the PACE program. Mm-hmm. We're in this group chat together, helping encourage one another. You've got Claudia cracking the whip over there. Was there anything else that helped you stay focused and motivated?
It was my excuse and my escape to get away from moving stress. Anytime I was like getting overwhelmed with that, I'd just be like, oh, I have to go do Pampered Chef now.
I love it.
So that helped. And, keeping in mind, because my why had kind of changed through the course of this from being, I need a night out with adults a couple of times a month to, you know what, we have been working so hard to get our debt paid off that if I can make director, we can use that income to pay down our debt that much quicker. And also with the upcoming move, even though the Army pays for a lot, moving is still very expensive.
Yes.
And so our goal for that transition period was to get through it without adding to any debt, before really getting into paying things off. And so we were able to actually do that, which was such a relief and a weight off, knowing that we weren't adding to and undoing all the work that we had been doing the last couple of years.
Yeah. Were there times that you wanted to give up?
Oh God, yes. in the middle of the move, particularly just.
Well, I mean, in the middle of the move, you also you didn't just leave Fort Drum and go to Fort Riley. You went home for a couple of weeks, and you were doing freezer mill workshops in Nashville for what you were there for 2 weeks, right?
2 weeks, and
how many freezer mill workshops did you do?
I had 3 freezer workshops. I had 2 virtual shows going on. I had an actual cooking show while I was in town, and I could have booked 2 more if we were going to be in town longer.
Yeah. So, I mean, you were like crazy busy.
It was not a vacation for me.
No.
It was not a vacation.
And what kept you going? What kept you, so, you're in this move, you're doing these shows, you're at your family's house, you're doing these freezer mill workshops. What kept you going during that time? What?
I will say neither my husband or I deal with stress very well. And so we were kind of at each other's throats for the whole time. And I was getting out of the house away from him.
No, it's not. If you're ready to move, join Pampered Chef. You can make director too.
But it's, all of a sudden my goal was I was going to do director before we moved to Fort Drum, and before I got married, and before we had a kid. I was, Miss Independent, do whatever I want to do and be a rock star at everything. And particularly since having my son and not going back to work, I had kind of lost a lot of myself. And I was dealing with some depression, and I didn't know who I was anymore. And I didn't feel like I had much of a goal beyond keeping a human alive every day, which admittedly is a big job. And
there are times that you almost fail. Sure.
Yeah. But as I was, focusing on making director, and I felt like I was finding myself again, and I was finding a purpose to my life beyond just feed, change a diaper, lay down for a nap, wake up and do it again.
So what would you say is your best advice for setting and achieving goals?
Be specific.
That's good.
And break it down. Because, my big goal for the year is 1, earn Mexico, and 2, I want to get to senior director. So how I'm doing that is I am making it my goal to book 10 and hold 8 shows, to recruit 2 people every month. You can see in my little calendar here, I have it written down so that it is right in front of me every single day. And so the shows get crossed off when they're actually held and closed. And so by breaking it down into a month by month thing for me, it doesn't seem like this big, scary, oh my gosh, I need, all these billions of sales and that to earn the trip. And I need to recruit so many people, and I need to promote people and all that to get to senior director. It's this month I'm going to focus on getting my 10, holding my 8, and recruiting my 2.
Yeah, there you go.
And by doing that, it is a lot less scary and a lot more doable in my mind.
And one of the great things is the fact that it's not just what you sell, you can earn points for recruiting, and that can be a majority of the points that you earn every month. Right. So you don't have to do as much in sales, but you could, by recruiting 1 to 2 a month and getting them qualified, that knocks out a lot in points. Exactly. Well, anyways, thank you so what did anybody learn anything about, setting and achieving goals?
Did anyone
Nobody
take
asked me,
anything
but
away?
I'm going to ask it. Yes. What are your takeaways?
And the other piece of advice that I forgot to say is that don't be scared to go for your goals, because when I joined, I thought that there was no way I could make any of that happen by time the move. I mean, I told Claudia, like, I wasn't even going to work the business until we moved because I didn't see there was any point in it.
Oh, that's so funny.
We see how well that went.
Yeah, well. So just, I've heard this quote that if your dreams don't scare you, you're not dreaming big enough. And that has definitely kind of become my mantra the last few months. And it's been down to the wire every month, but I did it.
You did it. You did it. You achieved it. It was your hard work that paid off, and that's awesome.
Does anyone have any questions for Liz? Or anything you want to share that you learned from her that you might implement?
Are there any challenges that anyone is anticipating with your upcoming moves that you think you might want some help with that come to mind now? Because I know a couple of people on the call have some upcoming moves. So what challenges do you foresee that you might want some help with?
I, for myself, have some challenges. Mostly would be because this is we're brand new to the whole Army thing. And being down in Georgia, I don't know anyone. And it's actually weird because everyone I know is up in Maryland and Virginia. And so it's like, how can I want to get cooking shows. So I'm obviously going to have to travel, but I just don't know how to really branch out around my area. And I've had Kristen help a lot with that. Kristen Parker, I don't think she's on this one, but she's been amazing with helping me. I mean, I probably wouldn't have survived even my first show without her. Her help and Claudia's help. Claudia's always there. I mean, I probably can annoy Kristen and Claudia with the questions I have all the time. But I mean, I want to learn how to recruit and to really expand out more, even when you're living on post and there's certain rules that you have to follow on post that really don't help when you're trying to expand your business. So.
Well, we live on post, and so like I can't do my freezer workshops at the community center, and honestly, I'm still looking for a place off post that doesn't cost, $75. But as far as getting your name out there, vendor events are a great way. And when you're at those vendor events, don't be shy to talk to the other vendors because they may know of other events. And that's where I've found most of mine. I found a couple good ones through Facebook, and then from that and the people I met at those, that's how I've learned about other events. And reaching out to organizations, it can be, your FRG, definitely the Spouses Club. Claudia encouraged me to join the Spouses Club, and that's really starting to pay off now because they do monthly vendor events there. But reach out to organizations for fundraisers. I'm doing a freezer meal fundraiser this month. And you can do those as cooking shows. You can do them as catalog shows. And I got my advice from Claudia I donate my entire 20% commission. And then for any shows booked when the show is held, I donate an additional $25 because you're going to be making more than that at the show. And so that helps encourage people to book shows because they want to help the organization.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, so I do agree with vendor events, but also if you don't have any logo wear yet, if you just maybe get a pin or just have some catalogs with you all the time and just being intentional about talking to people while you're out and about, that always helps too. And if you go to my YouTube channel, there's actually a video where I talk about that, and I encourage you to go out and make new contacts and how to do it, and basically the words to say when you're doing that. So if you can't find it, Kim, just send me a message and I'll send you the link. And you're never annoying us with your questions. We'd always rather you ask us questions than not ask us questions. So
Okay,
questions.
thanks.
That's what we're here for. Okay, so our next topic is to our workout to a successful business. Troy, are you ready?
Sure. Okay, hey guys. So when you're talking to people, when do you what do you hear is the most popular New Year's resolution?
Every single year. What is it?
Lose weight.
To eat healthy.
Everybody wants to eat healthy.
There
Yeah.
you go. There you go. So when you do that, if you want to lose weight, what do you usually do? What do people usually do?
Change their diet. I mean, exercise is always one, but I mean, who wants to really go to the gym all the time? And who has
True.
especially when you
But
have kids.
usually they make some kind of plan. So their plan is they join the gym. They say they're going to go 3 times a week, whatever it is, right?
Mhm.
So, and some people might take it a step further and actually make like a workout plan. Like they're going to do cardio one day and weights another day and all of that stuff. So, and we know that anytime we do something like that, we really need some sort of plan to follow in order to get a result like that, right? You don't just say you're going to join the gym. You say you're going to join the gym and work out 3 times a week. That's your plan, right? Or make sure you eat at home 5 nights a week. Food. So that's also why activity trackers like Fitbit are so popular. Has anyone heard about their friends getting Fitbit for Christmas this year?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Lots of them.
Yeah, there you go. So, so we are going to talk about, has everybody seen the handouts? There was a link.
I'm trying to screen share it.
Oh, I should be able to. Okay, if you want to screen share it, that's fine. So we have a handout, and at the top, do you have it, Claudia?
Yep, working on it. 1 second.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay, great. So it says your workout to business success. Okay, so it's Move It minutes. So this is going to be our plan. Hang on, because now I can't see the rest of what I was looking at on my screen since you shared your screen. Okay. There we go. All right. So, so what we're looking at is doing 30 minutes to an hour a day to grow our business. So does everyone agree? And I don't know if I can see everyone here, but does everyone agree that if we're going to make a plan for being healthy, that it would make sense to make a plan to have a healthy business? Okay. So we want to gain momentum going into the new year. And the easiest way to do this is really by scheduling our activities. And we're going to use this tracker to use it to help us move to our bold goal that we were just talking about with Lori. So a good place to start might be with some ideas, that we can brainstorm. But we have on our sheet, we actually have some specific things that we can be focusing on. So what ideas do you guys have for, and you can see we have 6 categories. So we have goal setting and planning, prospecting, which is which means looking for new business, bookings, host coaching, selling, and recruiting. So what are some activities that we can do? Whoever wants to go first can go first and pick one activity. What are some specific things that you can do to forward that particular activity? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
You mean like specific activities that would fit in that category?
Correct.
Okay. Well, I mean, bookings would just be contacting someone who maybe said, oh, call me back in a couple weeks to book a party.
Absolutely.
So,
following up is a key thing is a key thing for success in our business. So, okay, great. So that's a great one. So following up for bookings, what else?
Prospecting could be vendor events or, when you're at the grocery store, just striking up a conversation with people.
Awesome. Those are perfect. Does someone want to mention something for another one?
Oh, well, I was going to say also for prospecting that whenever you have a doctor or dentist appointment or hair appointment, bring a card or mini catalog is even better for a receptionist, for the person doing your hair or teeth or whatever. Just always have some of those on hand and strike up the conversation and give them that and try to get their information as well.
Awesome. So that just kind of gives you an idea, even if we don't go through specific ones for each one. I mean, vendor events can fall into more than one. That can fall into selling also, and recruiting, being intentional about recruiting from vendor events by, having recruiting posters or flyers out, that kind of thing. And also following up with people. So really what we want to do is spend 15 minutes on each of these ones that you pick. So let's say, if you want to do an hour a day, you're going to pick 4 to do each day. We have 6 items, so you can alternate which ones you do. The same way as if you're going to the gym, you're not going to necessarily lift weights every day, right? You're going to do different sets of activities. You're going to strengthen different parts of your body each day. So it's the same thing with your business. So, you might pick prospecting and planning and host coaching and selling for Sunday, Tuesday, and Friday, and then pick others for the other day. So again, now if you're doing 30 minutes, if you want to commit 30 minutes towards your business a day, you're going to pick 2 a day. And if an hour a day works for you, you're going to want to pick 4 per day to work on. And then what's nice about this sheet is it actually, for those people that like to be able to check things off their list, you actually can give yourself a colored star when you've achieved your level of movement minutes. All right. So I am going to challenge you guys, and I actually would really love to check in with everyone on the Newcomb team next week to see what works for you guys, to see which ones you've been able to do and which ones you guys have had challenges with. So I'm wondering, is that something you guys are willing to take on for the Newcomb team members that are on this call? Okay, great.
And we can do this for everyone.
Yeah, so for everyone that's on the call, how do you feel about setting this up and then checking back in with your director next week?
Cool.
Sound like a plan?
I'm in.
Right on.
And the good thing is really, because sometimes we might not have an hour to just sit down and do all this, right? But we might find ourselves with 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there. But if we have this chart and we know exactly what we want to work on, then we're not going to spend 30 minutes trying to figure out what we need to do. We can sit down, or you could do this in the car, while you wait to pick up your kids or whatever it might be. But you can find those 15-minute increments throughout your whole day. It doesn't have to all be done in one sitting. All right, you guys got your challenge. Let us know how it's going, or if you have any questions about it as well. And if you feel like you have more time and you want to move your business even quicker and faster, then of course you could do 2 hours, or you can do 3 hours, or whatever works for you as well. So definitely let us know if you have any questions about that, and feel free to post it on our group as well. All right, our last topic is Liz with There's Always a Plan B.
All right. Is there a way to close out your screen here?
I was gonna do this.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
Okay.
So we know that the weather, particularly this time of year, can bring our business to a halt with, the freak blizzards and ice storms and, freezing rain and all of that. But that doesn't mean that you have to stop your business. With your weatherproof ideas sheet, this is a great starting point for ways to keep your business going even when the weather is not cooperating. So if weather comes up, you can have a virtual party. And I actually did this when my hosts ended up having to attend a funeral for her grandmother the day that her party was scheduled. We just changed it to a virtual party, and she ended up with over $700 in sales. So if we had just canceled that show, I would be out that sales and she would be out all those hostess rewards. This is great because it's weatherproof, and you can keep your calendar full. The host can invite any friends who don't live nearby, and everyone can shop online. Who doesn't like shopping in their pajamas? Because I know I do. And you can also convert them from a live cooking show to a Facebook show instead of canceling. You can have an online show, which is kind of like a virtual party, except that it's more like a catalog party, if that makes sense. So you send them an email or a text with the link to their show and ask them to place their order, and you can still do your drawing like you would any other time. It's a little less time intensive than a virtual party, but I really recommend at the very least doing the virtual, because then you're at least trying to get some interaction with your guests over an online party. You can host a walk-on over show, which if the weather clears in time, or that ends up not being as bad as they anticipated, you can drive on over and let your host know that she can invite any neighbors that can walk over, or anyone that is any of her guests that are willing to make the trip. And so then you can also add a virtual element, or you can just get your host the link that she can email and text out to people to let them know about that they can order online, even if they weren't able to make it to the show. You can hold a conference call show, which would be like this. This would be so much fun, right? And I actually hadn't even considered doing this for a show. But yeah, you can set up in your kitchen. You can still do your recipe. And they can all chat and have fun. They can all have their own glass of wine. So I think that doing a conference call show would be really fun. And again, just make sure that you share that link which has gotten a lot easier since they have the new personalized short links for us. So if you don't know how to do a short link through the Pampered Chef website, let your director know, and they will be happy to walk you through it. And of course, you can always reschedule. Whenever someone contacts me saying that they have to cancel their show, I immediately try to get a new date out of them. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, just depending on the circumstances of why they're having to cancel. But, try to offer to contact the guest, if I could read tonight, for your host, and let them know the new date to take that stress off of your host. And it's a great way to book close and add last minute shows. I even offer an incentive to my hosts that if they have to cancel or reschedule, that if they can find someone to hold the original date, that I give them like a $10 gift card for that party. So that's another way, which may not work so well if it's weather that's causing you to cancel, but and another option is a Blizzard booking blitz, which is similar to like the Turkey Trot and all of those mega catalog shows where you can offer a host, or you can even do these during your selling time. Just call and say, hey, if you want to gather $200 of orders, I will give you this from the hostess rewards. And so if you can get 5 people to do that, that's $1,000. So don't let the weather slow you down and stop your business, because we have plenty of alternatives. A lot of them make me very thankful for technology. So
thank you. Yes, and the booking blitz is just great, because if you are stuck inside because it's snowing and going crazy outside, chances are all your customers are stuck inside too. So it's a great time to even just make customer phone calls and care calls and check up on your customers as well. Okay, the last thing is I want you guys to save a couple of dates in your calendar. So the first thing is our Grow Your Money program that starts this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's basically a call for everyone, whether you just started or you've been in this business for a couple of years. It's 30-minute calls, and it's basically just going to teach you the basics of this business, how to run a successful business, whatever that means to you, whether it might be 2 shows a month, whether it might be 8 shows a month. But if you are even curious, definitely comment on our thread and let us know that you want in. And it's going to be a conference call. It won't be via Zoom like this. It'll literally be just dialing in, but it's 30 minutes that you can definitely invest in your business, and they will be every Sunday for 6 weeks, and there will be homework involved, but it's nothing crazy. So definitely think about joining that program, and let us know if you want in on that.
And remember, the homework is gonna be activities that help you grow your business and help you reach the goals that you're setting for your business.
Correct. Yes. And then you want to save February 1st at 8 p.m. I believe that's Central. I don't know if it's Central Eastern Time. I'll have to double check. The evening of February 1st, Pampered Chef is going to do a webinar to launch our new spring products and announce them to us. More details to come, but that is the date you want to save on your calendar. And again,
I have 8 p.m. Eastern written on my calendar.
That's what I have.
Okay, that's what I have too, but then I wasn't sure if that was Central. Okay, so Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And also, again, July 14th through the 16th for a national conference. I know it is a couple months away, but if you are earning Pampered Chef dollars right now, registration normally costs 200 Pampered Chef dollars. So I would definitely, or $200. So I would definitely set those aside so you can save on that. And then, however you're going to get there, we'll figure it out. We normally share hotel rooms. We put like 4 people in one room. But if you are just slightly interested or curious on maybe why you should go there and why you should invest money in going, definitely talk to us so we can share with you some great reasons to go. I think it's for everyone, whatever your goals might be with this business. It's definitely fun, but it's also very inspiring. Okay. And the last thing, I would like to set up calls with every one of you if we don't have any set up yet, just to kind of talk about your goals for 2016 or maybe for the first quarter, so I can help you achieve those goals that you are setting for yourself. So definitely message me or email me with some times that you have available so we can set up a time to chat. Okay. So thank you everyone for coming. I'm going to turn off the recording and then we'll still be online for questions.